I'll tell you that right now. So StreamYard has been adding to itself as it does,
to make it a better and more efficient program.
and so they can charge you more at
God
the
dang it.
later on.
Okay.
Which every business wants to charge you more at some point or
I
another.
don't. I don't want to charge anybody a cent more.
I want to charge everyone all of the money. The next cigar release is going to cost every dollar you have.
Oh.
So if you get a chance, you should probably just buy one.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can afford. That's every dollar you own.
Right.
It's paradoxical because you want a second one, but then you don't have any money.
Right.
Anyway,
well, no, because if you go back to work after you've bought one,
then it's just
you may not have as much as you had before, but you'll still have all your money, so you have to give it all up again.
So no matter what, as long as you're working, you can always afford that cigar.
Exactly.
Interesting. Actually, it's not really interesting at all. I'm going to tell you that right now. What I'm saying is that the background music, which you can put on loops, is literally just that. It's just background music. So I don't know if you can hear this on your end, but see, just that's all it is, guys. It's just a bunch of different acoustic music. Look at that. Thomas, Eduardo, Jim, Rich, Byron, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining us right away. I appreciate that. As you can see from the title, I'm just so excited for California Dreamin Volume 2 to get here already. I am ecstatic. Frankie, I can see it on your phone from here. Another one of those friggin' spams.
Yeah, it's not ours. This one's not ours, you guys. They were attacking ours for a very long time.
Frankie is a cheater.
It's this stupid picture of a T-shirt with a cigar and stuff. There's a couple different ones going around in the different groups, and it says, we're removing everybody that's not active. If you're active, say yes. And then when you say yes, they send you a link to buy this shirt, which is obviously a scam. And we've been kicking people out and blocking them to try to deal with it. And we actually had one guy from the group say, "Hey, you know what? There's too much of this, and they're not keeping up with it. I'm dipping out." And people gave him shit for it. They're like, "Okay, you don't need to announce you're leaving. Just leave, bro." It's like, "Oh my god, you want some sort of medal or parting gift?" And I was like,
oof.
I responded, I was like, "Hey, I apologize. We try to keep on it as best we can. We can't be on here 24/7. We do have other stuff that we're doing. But as soon as I see them, I do try to take them down."
Yeah.
And I let him know that he's welcome back to the group anytime he wants to come back. So obviously he's going to run into that in other groups. So
it's not going to slow down.
In my opinion, I think it's Amber that's doing it.
It's probably Amber.
Yeah.
That's the only real solution. She has made hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 dummy accounts to sell these fake shirts. Be careful when you're dealing with Amber. She's dangerous. She's dangerous. But Steve, real quick, I think I got Rich on there. Jeff, how you doing? They're late. We are just they're never late. We're just early. No. We were definitely late this time. I blame Frankie for it, but that is okay because we are here with you guys now. That's all that matters.
The first thing I wanted to talk about, Mike, real quick, before it gets too late, so people have a chance. Today is the last day to purchase your 420 box.
Oh, it is
from Smokin'. Yeah, I believe today was the last day. So if you guys want to get in on these boxes, I got one here. I'm gonna talk to Brian if there's any extra left over. After today, I do want to grab one more, so that way Miguel could have one to smoke himself, and we don't have to argue over who's smoking which one which week.
I don't mind alternating, but I would love to have my own each time.
Yeah. So we're gonna let the today go by, and Brian, if there's any left over at the end of it, let me know, and I will pick up one more, so that we can each have our own.
I'll give this a second.
And in response to Rich's claims of me being a cheater, you guys, our game literally came down to Monday night. Even though the Patriots lost, Stevenson did so well. He was actually scheduled to win, but Stevenson, he pulled it out for me. I appreciate that, and he gave me the victory. And we're actually playing each other in hockey this week as well. And my team's in firm control, as it would be.
Whatever. Frankie is a cheater, 100%. I don't know what he does. I don't know who he pays off. I don't know what refs he has blackmailed. But he definitely is. One person per account. One per person per account. He would have to. Okay, so I just put it under my card then. That works. If there are, I'll check it out today.
Yeah.
See what I can do about that.
We don't have the pictures up yet for the Best Ash. We'll actually do a special show tomorrow and take care of that. So if you guys want to come vote on your favorite Ash pictures, you guys can do that tomorrow.
Well, at this point, I don't know why don't we just do all that Friday during the show, so everybody moves on to the second round this time. Again, it's just going to be one picture for each person,
right?
No matter what, but everyone will have a chance to move on to the final round this time,
right?
Just because we don't have pictures here today. I will say this: Halloween ones are going to get a little preferential treatment because it's October, and I haven't checked them out yet. I haven't had a chance to look at them.
Yeah, me neither.
So I hope there's some what's the word I'm looking for? Spooky, scary stuff. Be wonderful. See right there, Peter Frank is a cheater. He's grease. Boom. You know the truth. He actually cheated the weight loss contest too. He had other people lose weight for him. It was insane. This one man lost like 200 pounds. Did the Jenny Craig diet. It was crazy. And Frankie just counted that towards his. I didn't want to say anything because he did pay me some hush cigars, but totally happened. And then he did cheat at the on this very table that we're on, the billiards tournament, that 9-ball tournament. He actually corked the 9th ball.
Yes, it was corked.
So that's I don't even know how that helps you win, but it was a sad day in sports history. I don't even know. I don't know how you move forward after that. No.
Today's cigar, you guys, is the Cuesta Ray 95 Cameroon from J.C. Newman. It is a Lonsdale 6 1/4 by 42 ring gauge using a Cameroon wrapper, broadleaf broadleaf Connecticut binder, and fillers from the Dominican Republic. It's a very rustic looking cigar. The wrapper is very, how would you describe that, Mike?
A little toothy to it.
Yeah.
And the veins are noticeable, but there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't really do much to it. If you're into the aesthetics of it, though, yeah, those are just a couple descriptors off the top of my head. Toothy, maybe a little bit sandpapery grit almost. A very fine sandpaper grit. But tastes very nice. And honestly, Rich is not even lying for those reading the comments.
I did not have him change the rules last year. We all agreed on it. And when we agreed on it, I guess Rich did not realize that would affect his points negatively. And it actually gave me an extra win over Rich last year. So Rich kind of shot himself in the foot with that one.
So Frankie cheated, is what we're getting at. He's like, I know this rule is going to benefit me later on in the season. Guys, let's make sure it gets in there. And then he kind of just joked about it and completely like, the sleight of hand tricks, and then they steal your wallet. He stole that win. Stolen.
I'm currently sitting at 5-2. I'm in second place overall, first place in my conference. One game behind first place, who is at 6-1.
I am at I think like 1-5, 1-6 maybe. I don't even remember. I think I'm at 1. Yeah, it's got to be 1-5. How are you at 5-2? I'm at 1-6 then.
Yeah,
I've only won one game. That's what I know. And you know what? I gotta say this. Before fantasy football, I just thought football was like fun to watch once in a while. Didn't really care either way. I didn't care about the teams other than my own. I didn't care about any matchups, any of that stuff. Just watched when I had a chance and enjoyed the game when I had a chance to enjoy the game. Now I hate football. It's stupid. And it's aggravating, and it ruins my mind because now I lose at football, and it's never been a thing before. Never had to worry about that. And now it's so bad. Yeah, we're playing right now, or we play this week, Rich. Good luck. I don't think you're gonna need it, but is what it is. All right, off the bat, a little bit of spice on the tongue, very little, and a bit of sweetness too.
Yeah.
What is the wrapper again? One more time, please. I'm sorry.
It is a Cameroon wrapper.
Cameroon wrapper. All right.
So it says Cuesta Ray 95 Cameroon on the band. That's how you can get a hint of the Cameroon wrapper.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Is that how you get a hint of your sarcasms? Wow, that's interesting.
I thought so.
It isn't.
Oh, you got me there.
Richard, Eduardo. My one team is in second place in our division, but was blasted for bad drafting. Guess not doing well. I mean, if you're doing well, then you don't have to worry about it. And I have to agree with Peter. It is a delicate wrapper. I actually have a little. Oh my goodness! I just saw it. Maybe I already burnt through it. Was it really at the end of the foot? No, it's like right about there. There's a little tiny like
pinhole
crack in the wrapper already, like a little heat break, like right off the bat. I'm gonna watch for that kind of stuff because if you have a heat break like that, if it starts running down that way, it gets
definitely gotta
really
worry.
wonky.
You can watch that,
but it's tasting good, so that's the important part.
I will say this about my drafting. I actually used a new strategy this season. What I did is I found the best players available. I started with my wide receivers. I picked up Jefferson first, and then I went to running backs. And what I did was I didn't just automatically take the best player at that position. I took into account their bye week. That way, I had the best player for that week. That way, I'm not looking come that week, I've got 2 or 3 really good running backs. I have to drop one because they're all on bye weeks to pick up this guy who, instead of getting my 16 to 24 points as a usual running back, is only going to get 8. So I took that into account. That took a lot. And actually, after the first week, or after the draft, I was scheduled to come in 7th place. And I was like, I don't know how this computer is doing it, but that's wrong. I did make a couple of key ad drops once the season started, and now it has me scheduled to finish in 2nd, but that's not good enough. I do want to take 1st place. I'm missing one key element, and that's a tight end. Unfortunately, my tight end went down this week or last week, so he's out for the next 5 to 6 weeks, which should take us into our playoffs. So um, my backup, he's on a bye this week, so I had to drop somebody to pick up a new tight end. That's only going to get me like 6 points. So that's disappointing. We'll have to wait and see how that works out for me.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that. Football is dead to me already. Season's going terrible for everything I care about as far as football goes. So rather move on to this. Richard, how you doing? Brian, the virtual events are every Wednesday in October. There's a 5-pack of cigars. And it is 8 p.m. Eastern time, so it's 5 o'clock our time here on
A week
the
from
West
today
Coast.
is the first one.
Yeah, Wednesday. I get that. Makes sense.
Yeah, a week from today at 5 p.m. our time will be the first one. I can't wait. I'm excited. I haven't opened my box yet. I'm not going to open it until that Wednesday so I can see what's inside. I've tried to avoid as many pictures as I could of it because I don't want anything to be spoiled for me. I'm really, really stoked about it.
As you should be. It's going to be good stuff. Very excited about that. Just stopping a little bit, the sound check. Just wrapping up. Okay, cool. All right. At work then. Hope you're having a good one. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. It's going to be a good extra little something for all of November.
Yeah.
It really does make the month a little better.
Yeah.
We have another taster here on Saturday.
That is right. We have an open taster here Saturday at the club. So if you guys want to come down and check it out and talk about memberships or just get a feel for what the club is like, you guys are more welcome to come down. We'll be handing out cigars. The members will be bringing food and drinks. So that'll be covered as well. And you guys just check out the place.
Absolutely. I think you might enjoy yourselves. You come hang out and come enjoy yourself. That's what you should do. Now, speaking of what I was mentioning earlier, since we're kind of in this limbo between soon we're going to be revealing our top 10 for the year.
Yep.
Trying to get a hold of all the companies so we can have them talk with you guys along with us. So we have information straight from the sources. And still the list is not finished.
Right.
Things are getting moved around. Things are being added and dropped. It is not taken lightly. And I cannot wait to get it to you guys. But I also want to make sure it's the best we can come up with the best. Honestly, just what we feel are the best cigars of 2022.
That's right.
So that takes a little bit of time. But before that, obviously, California Dreamin Volume 2 should be here very, very soon now, which I'm unbelievably excited for. I mentioned at the beginning of the show. So once they are here, guys, we are going to set that date. What we did last time, a little virtual event together. Really had fun time doing that. We will do that again for sure. But before any of that, I mean, it's Halloween. I am excited. It's Tuesday morning. We talked classic horror movies, and on the IMDb list, number 3 was Night of the Living Dead, only being beat out by
The Exorcist.
No, these are classics. This is gonna be before that.
So black and whites only?
No,
like The Mummy, Frankenstein.
I guess they all were black and white. If I thought about it. Yeah. Dracula was number 1. The Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Now I don't see how The Exorcist doesn't count as classic.
I think it's still more modern. You're the trope of possession was not really that big as far as like movies and stuff went until The Exorcist. That's the big one. It really is.
Yeah.
What do you think, Killer Clowns from Outer Space reunion at Frightmare? I am on board.
I'll be 100% honest. I'm not the biggest Killer Clowns from Outer Space fan, so for me, it doesn't do anything. I'm a big fan of Sleepaway Camp. For me, I was really digging that one.
I don't understand how you can't be excited for both because both are fantastic. The 70s is the line for classic and modern. There's so much debate for that because I would say that and I've said this before, that Night of the Living Dead is the start of the modern horror genre because that really does change a lot of the.
So it shouldn't be in classics.
It shouldn't, yeah. It's definitely a classic if you're just saying like the word classic. Oh, this is a classic film. It's amazing. Different connotation, if you will. But Yeah, it's more modern than it would be to any of the other counterparts on there, and that's I think it's why it's so high on the list. Obviously Dracula and oh my, I think it was Creature of Black Lagoon was number two.
Oh
Are just
wow,
some
wow.
incredible um movie monsters and series is
Shirai.
yeah, that you could possibly get on there. The Night of the Living Dead class. I think it's because of the what's what I'm looking for, the black and white. I think a lot of people will put that in the classic section. Um, for me, honestly, it starts. It's a kickoff to the modern, especially the fact that it's in the public domain, which allowed other people to watch this and totally check it on out.
I don't know what is going on with my nose right now.
Well, don't do that. Whatever you're doing. Now, obviously, horror movies in general have been getting a little bit better these days. Still cannot wait to see Terrifier 2. Um, keep hearing great things about it.
Yep.
It's already made like 20 times its budget back or something ridiculous.
It's a very low budget though.
Or $250,000 is still a lot of money, just not
But
compared to
it's still a
other.
low budget film.
Yeah, but still made. If you make $5 million and you only spent $250,000, I think you did your job pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, again, nothing wrong with that. If you spent 300 million and you made 310 million, I think some people are going to be a little pissed.
Still made 10 million.
It's again, it's just
No, I get it.
yeah. I think it's a huge win, especially for horror movies because I like to watch them. I want to see more made. I want to see more in the mainstream. I don't want them to get watered down to all these PG-13 ratings so they can shove a bunch of kids in the seat. The R and the unrated, like Terrifier 2, was wonderful to see. I think this is the first unrated theatrical wide release in
Really?
like 2 decades or something.
Wow.
Something ridiculous. Very hard to get a non-rated movie, or not, yeah, unrated, non-rated, however you want to say it, movie in theaters, especially in, I think it's 1,000 theaters right now, something ridiculous.
Think they went to a lot of like privately owned theaters, not big corporation theaters?
No, I mean, it's in all of them here. It's in the Maya. It's in um, Regal. It's in Reading. It's in all of them. At least all the ones that I know of. I know there's other chains out there, so I could be totally off the wagon, but I think it's pretty much everywhere. And you don't have there's not that many independent theaters. There's not enough to get those numbers. If you were looking at independent versus chains, like 5 to 1, maybe if you're lucky. But there are some good ones that I have been watching. Like, what did you think? 'Cause last night you got a chance to watch Barbarian.
Yeah, I have that in my notes here. So guys, let's start it off with Friday. We watched Black Adam.
Start with Black Adam, sure. Little
As
disappointing.
far as Black Adam goes in the DCEU, I thought it's probably one of the better films from DC Comics, but it still was nowhere near on par with the B level Marvel movies. It's definitely not up there with the A level Marvel movies like Endgame, Infinity War, Far From Home, that kind of stuff. It's nowhere near on par with that. It's getting closer to the B level movies, more like the original Avengers, um, Spider Man, the first one. I forget the name of it.
Homecoming?
Homecoming. Um,
Oh, Homecoming B or A?
B.
That was B?
Yeah.
The Vulture?
Yeah.
That was a wonderful movie. I think
No,
you
it
were
was a good
crazy.
movie, but it wasn't as strong as the other one, so I put that one as an A.
So what are your A's?
Infinity War, Endgame, Far From Home, Iron Man 1.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's probably my A tier. Depending on how many movies, if you take them all into account and put them on a big ass list, there might be one or two more, so it's an even list. But I don't think that it would go up to an A tier movie.
All right. All right. That's fair. That is
And
very
then
fair.
once the X-Men movies come out, we'll definitely have to do that.
A bunch of that C-list movies, yeah.
Because you'll have the X-Men up here, then X-Men versus Avengers, and at the very top, Morbius.
Oh, because it's definitely Morbin time
Yeah.
for everyone out there, yeah. But I don't know. There's been a lot of misses lately. A lot of misses, especially with the TV series. I'm not caring for them as much.
Right.
I didn't care for the 10 Rings all that much. It was okay.
No, I thought
Aquafina
it was
the best part of those.
Yeah.
Because I love her, so it's okay. She could do whatever she wants. Didn't care. Eternals was okay. Again,
at best, it was okay at best. They could have
Um,
done so much more with that.
didn't really care for what was the other one? The Captain Marvel didn't
Yeah.
didn't really serve a purpose. Yeah. So there's a lot of um those kind of movies that are just not sitting with me anymore.
Yeah.
There's too many of them, I think. They do have a tier for its own. It's the Morbin tier, straight from Morbius, because they're gonna have the MCU, the Morbius cinematic universe, and I believe there is a 15 movie project timeline coming up.
Yeah.
So you'll see quite a bit more Morbius. They're gonna really flesh out the side characters like the detectives and the gang members that he ran off from their like hideout, and somehow he turned that into a state of the art. Yeah, I can't even continue with
Yeah.
that conversation.
But so Black Adam, I'm a big fan of The Rock. I thought he fit the role really, really well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the story itself, man, it was okay at best. Hawkman didn't look as good as I was hoping for, as far as him being as big as The Rock.
No, not at all.
He needed to be bigger, I think. Um, I don't know what character that girl was. I still don't know.
Oh, Wind Girl.
Yeah,
Yes, Green Wind.
I have no, they always do that. Every movie always throws in a character you have no idea who they are,
Well, that's
unless they're like Negasonic Teenage Warhead, where they're actually interesting and funny.
Yeah.
Then you don't care about them.
Well, they have to do. They got to
Yeah.
throw as many characters as you can because you have the rights.
Was it the Atom? I thought did a good job as well.
No, there was no the Atom. It was Atom Smasher.
Atom Smasher. Sorry.
That was okay.
I thought he did a really good job. I thought he was funny, good comic relief. Didn't get too overly political like some movies want to do these days. It did get a little touch in there.
Oh, it totally did.
But
I was like, okay,
not
yes.
not a whole lot. So I was happy with that.
Western bad. We need to leave everything.
But I thought it was definitely a strong movie. You guys want to go see it as far as DC movies go. It's one of the better DC movies out there. And the mid credit scene. There's no post credit scene, but the mid credit scene, I thought was pretty cool.
It was okay. Yeah, I was like, all right, this is interesting. Definitely not mocking Morbius. The Morb CU will definitely reign supreme over all of these. And the Rock, I definitely agree with that. Otherwise, the Rock's not going to let him be a B list character or a B tier celebrity in a movie. So that's why he does all the Kevin Hart ones, because he's the big name. Kevin Hart's the comedian, and together they make a really good team. But they both know what they're doing there. Kevin Hart has no problem letting Dwayne Johnson be the star of it. And even though I love Kevin Hart, they just fit that role real well. But yeah, Fast and Furious movies, there's just so many characters, and he was thrown in there 4 or 5 in, something like that.
Something like that.
And he was just like a B character at that point. They didn't think they were going to keep him around a bit. And now he was in all of them after that point. I don't know. So I did not like Morbius at all. I fell asleep in theater. Fell asleep. And Richard's absolutely right. Did you watch The Mutants? I did.
I did. I watched the first couple episodes of The Mutants. I also watched the first few episodes of The Inhumans, which I liked.
I thought there was a movie, New Mutants.
No, it was a TV show.
Richard, wasn't there a movie? Yeah.
Richard's TV
There's
show.
Cloak and Dagger TV show.
Oh, that's what I watched. I watched Cloak and Dagger, which I like a lot.
You don't even know what you're watching. See, that's how bad they've gotten.
I'm a big fan of Cloak and Dagger, and I was extremely bummed out.
You clearly don't care for mutants.
When they wasted Civil War on those little handful of characters they had the rights to at the time. But bringing in Spider-Man was huge. That was huge. That Cloak and Dagger weren't there, because Cloak had a very big scene during Civil War. He literally takes everybody that's fighting, covers them in his coat, and then drops them. And so I forget who it was, but someone's like, all the flyers, grab someone that can't fly on the comic book panel. So you have people that were fighting a second ago grabbing each other to save them. So you can tell they don't want to kill each other, but still on different sides. That was one of the big scenes, in my opinion, for Civil War, was Cloak doing that. So not being in the movie,
you were never going to get that. I'm telling you right now, you were never going to get
that. I could have done it. I could have done it on budget.
You wouldn't, even with Namor being in it now, Fantastic Four coming.
Oh, Namor!
You're never gonna get that. You're never gonna get all that stuff to line up. It's just not gonna happen until they completely restart all of the Marvel movies again, which I hope that's not anytime soon. Cloak and Dagger was awesome. I liked what I got to watch, and it was a movie. Yes.
Okay, I was thinking Cloak and Dagger. Sorry.
Yeah, you were. See, you don't even care about your
Runaways. No, that's the one that I saw. That was a TV show.
No, that's a song. That's a song by the Killers.
Okay, Killers.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because yeah, I didn't get to see New Mutants.
actually, that's something else we have to talk about. Because I'm officially in that age group where I would have gone and had nostalgia moments at the when we were young, or when we were young concerts
They got canceled.
that got canceled on the Saturday, which is
high winds.
I had room for the entire weekend because like if I can't make it, at least we could hang out with everybody and the.
Well, since you couldn't make it to that because you obviously got canceled, we weren't able to get there. Next month, AFI live at the Majestic Ventura Theater.
Don't even joke about because I would go to that.
I would love to go.
What
to that.
day is that?
I'll double check. It's sold out, but I got a couple people that'll sell some tickets.
You need to get those now.
Yeah, and AFI has been my favorite band since like high school. It's on my ringtones. Them live down in San Diego is probably one of my favorite cities of all time.
It's great. Really great.
I just love those guys.
I gotta watch the Mutants. I have not seen it. Two characters could be better, but overall vibe was awesome. Yeah, no worries. I honestly, like you said, the vibe is the more important part because there's so many actors now that have to do all these different characters, and they are doing these huge, decades long now, continuities. So it's hard to like, every actor is going to be perfect for their roles. It's really not. It's not plausible.
In keeping what's his name as Reed Richards, and I know that I said that they already had picked out Sue Storm.
Yeah, it's Lizzo. It's gonna go real. They're gonna go real left field with it. Lizzo is now Sue Storm. She is. I
cannot tell you how much that would irritate the shit out of me if that's what they did.
She comes in invisible, starts playing the flute or whatever she does. Is that her, right?
Yeah,
the flute lady.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I forget who they chose, but I know they chose someone. And then I actually wanted Amanda Seyfried. She was in the running.
Which one's that?
I love her. Mean Girl. She was a ditzy one. Oh, there's like a 40% chance
it's already raining. Yeah. Okay.
Her. She's beautiful. I think she's a great actress. I think she would have done well because she's a bit older now. And then what about switching it to where Johnny Storm is the older brother instead of the younger brother, played by Ryan Gosling.
I don't like Ryan Gosling.
I do not like Ryan Gosling.
Not a very good actor. Wasn't he in a movie already? Wasn't he Mysterio?
No.
Who was that?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's the same guy. The same thing. They're all actors. It's the same person. But they don't tell you about Hollywood, and we live very close to LA, so I can account to this, and we've been part of products. There's actually only about 7 or 8 actors, and they just use facial changings. It's the same guy over and over again. It's pretty much just Johnny Depp and Jonah Hill at this point. And then once in a while,
no, and then Robert Downey Jr. and Tobey Maguire, because
they're not actors though. They are just those characters. They are the things
because they have their upcoming movie, Satan's Alley.
Yeah, that would be excellent. Satan's Alley is going to be good. We already won the coveted Beijing Crying Monkey Award. If you don't know what we're talking about, please rewatch Tropic Thunder.
Just type in Tropic Thunder
Satan's Alley
trailers and watch Satan's Alley.
You guys know what we're talking about.
That thing messed me up so hard. I could not stop laughing. All of them are good. But that one takes the cake.
That's why you need to watch movies in theaters. I still remember people laughing so hard they missed the dialogue.
Yeah.
That when they start showing the actual film, like of these 6 survivors, 3 wrote books, 2 were published, 1 got a movie deal. I totally missed that the first time.
You're laughing too hard.
Everyone was laughing their ass off. Ryan Gosling is going to be the next Wolfman. Well,
we already have Werewolf by Night.
No, Wolfman is like
you're talking classic horrors.
Because the last one, what the heck's his name?
Weren't they supposed to do an entire like connected universe and then they fell through?
All of them were terrible movies though. Like the one, the Mummy movie was bad. The Wolfman movie wasn't so good. I want to say Shape of Water wasn't a part of that because that would have been like a really good
stupid movie.
It was a great. You were ridiculous. You didn't even watch it.
It was horrible.
You didn't watch it.
It was horrible.
Did you watch? What happened? What happens? How many communists get murdered in that? You don't even.
Oh, Benicio del Toro. Okay.
That's what. Yeah, that was the last one.
Eduardo, you're a huge comic book fan and a movie fan. What do you think of my idea of switching the ages between Sue and Johnny Storm and having somebody like Ryan Gosling play?
Let him know how wrong he is, please.
Play him.
I don't know how ridiculous. I don't understand your obsession with Ryan Gosling. Okay,
you
watched The Notebook and didn't fall asleep. That was a terrible movie. I'm gonna read stories to you and then hang from this Ferris wheel for some reason. Like, okay, I don't care about any of this.
The hater.
What do you call it? Oh
That's right.
no.
Hopkins was his father. He turned into
Yeah.
werewolf too. Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the fight. That's the fight at the end, and then
Yeah.
I had fun watching it. It wasn't the best ever, and it definitely was more like an action movie than a horror, like suspense kind of thing. But it was fun. It was fun for me. Actually, Eduardo brought up a good point the other morning. I was brought back Great American Morning, which will be on again tomorrow morning, guys, 8 a.m. If you want to watch, if you can, would love you to join us. Um, I Frankenstein, um, which is again, it was more action if I
Mhm.
remember correctly from the trailers. I haven't seen it yet. It just didn't look that good to me. He gave it a thumbs up. I gotta find it. I'm gonna watch that just in case. Don't want to miss out on something just because I gave it a too harsh a judgment on the commercial.
So Eduardo wants pre like Civil War, uh, hotshot renegade Johnny Storm instead of more calculating and vicious Johnny Storm.
I want to see the one where he dies. Death
Wow.
of Johnny. That was a harsh couple panels right there.
I was also waiting for the Gambit movie. Unlike my brother, I'm a big Gambit fan. Um,
Hmm,
I think
I like him. Yeah.
Channing Tatum would have been the perfect choice. If not for that, because of his size, because they didn't go actual comic book style with it. Recasting him as Wolverine, I think would have been also good.
Nah. I don't he's not gruff enough.
Yeah, he is.
Nah. He's gonna Channing all over your Tatum. He's not gonna
He's
be
the
able to do that.
gruffiest.
Um I thought I like Gambit. I love all the X-Men characters. I just like making fun of you more. I really like telling you how bad Cyclops is. He's a terrible leader. His team always
Oh, can you imagine
dies.
Channing Tatum as Cyclops?
Yeah, I mean I see him as a failed leader, yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
friggin'
we're on
awesome.
Genosha. Oh, all the mutants are dead. Oh no. Oh, we have all these powers and we can't do anything because we're not very good with our leadership. Yeah. It's all Cyclops' fault whenever the X-Men lose.
He killed Professor X, dude.
What?
He kills everybody.
Yeah, that's a bad leader. Bad at his job.
That's a good leader. He's trimming the fat.
Professor X is fat.
Mm-hmm.
Of the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ridiculous. Anyway, Cyclops killing President was the greatest moment in comics. But it was
See, thank
gosh
you.
dang, it was intense. Again, I only say these things to upset Frankie, and it works. So like
Cyclops is freaking badass.
his powers are dumb. Like,
don't
oh,
like it
look
when
at
he
this,
has
look at this
that.
laser from another dimension. Oh,
I
how was
don't
that a mutation?
like his outfit as far as the trench coat with the hood piece and the visor. I like the original blue and gold Cyclops look.
Oh, you like spandex, yeah.
Yes,
You want the blue and yellow, bright colored. They're gonna go invade an Easter egg hunt.
super tight. Yeah.
Yeah, and the jet, which because one guy's blue and smart, he can invent jets and stuff. That's makes sense. Yeah, totally.
Anyways,
Actually, I love Beast. He's one of my favorite characters of the X-Men stuff. He's definitely up there on my list. I think when they were talking about all the more political side to theirs, like discrimination.
yeah.
And which one was it that the third one for the original series, right? The Last Stand,
Mm-hmm.
where um Kelsey Grammer plays Beast,
Yeah.
talks to Halle Berry's Storm, and she's like, "Oh, we don't need a cure. We're fine the way we are." It's like, well, that's easy for you to say. You're not shedding on the couches.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah. Look at this guy who's brilliant and super strong and ethical and great to everybody. If people are bad to him, and can help the world, but because he's blue, no one ever is gonna care. And then super pretty lady can make clouds and lightning bolt people, but they'll accept her because she's very pretty.
Yeah, but that was Forge's job. I mean, that's how he got his name. He forges equipment. Beast was just a very smart person that could also make stuff.
Yeah, no, Beast. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely like Forge too.
I am very sad that since Chadwick Boseman passed away, we're not going to get the T'Challa Storm relationship.
Well, they just throw random kids in there now. Look at the Hulk. He just has a kid now.
He has a kid in the comics.
Yeah, but no, they didn't even build anything up to that. They just, oh, here's my son. They didn't show us anything. They just
because
threw him
he was plowing in Ragnarok.
So what's his name? Black Panther met Storm, and then he had they were going to be on Maury to go find out, and then he passed away. It's very sad. But then
I would not mind if that's somehow a backstory. Like they met, they went on a couple missions, and that's how he passed away. Like on one of those missions. But before he passed away, they didn't. He got pregnant.
They were like seeing each other for a while.
Like they made a storm together.
Nice. It was what do you call it? Wakanda level F5 storm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shooting vibranium everywhere.
Jeez, now you're off the rails. Anyway, I want to talk about horror movies. You're going to all these comic stuff.
Sorry.
Um,
oh wait, before that we have Sunday.
Yeah, see Eduardo real quick. Yeah, the Scar. Is that how you pronounce the name? Scar?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. I don't think he looks good compared to his comic book version, but the not animation, excuse me, the CGI for She-Hulk was just subpar.
Yeah, that's sad.
Well, it's been getting worse and worse because there's so many things that rely all on CGI. These people have to work 20 hours a day, and literally, I want to say it was
Hey,
oh my gosh, what movie?
They're doing one of the freaking coolest jobs in the world. I don't care if you're working 20 hours a day. You give people the best product you can. How many other jobs? No. You just get to make animations for a living.
I want to say it was the first Wakanda movie. It was the first Black Panther movie. They changed an entire street on them overnight. They rewrote this thing, so they had to be a certain way. They had to rebuild a city around this new street in like a week.
Cool, you do it.
It's just ridiculous what they're asking you to do to people, because this is an amazing talent they have, and it's being shoved down into this little pinhole of a trickle that they have to get it through with no time to get it through. It's a really hard job, and they don't get paid enough for what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Even Robert Downey Jr. got like pissed at I think it was Samuel Jackson when they were announcing the best CGI for such and such movie of the year. I think it was 2019, and he kind of like glossed over the nominees, and he's like, "What are you doing? Like, you got to give them their time. They do all this work, and you're not going to mention them." Him and I think it was Ruffalo, like really like on stage, you could see the anger behind their eyes. Like, no, these dudes make us into what we are. Like, how would you not give them their credit? Ugh. Where you need to create a new superhero, the cigar power or something. Scar. It's not just blowing smoke. Do we have the music going? Oh my goodness. Is it still playing? No, it's not playing.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just you said your what do you call it, really low. No, they started playing music again. It's here. It's he's at work.
Oh, sorry.
Just do your job. We all deal with last minute deadlines and release last. That is horrible as well. That's so mean. Jobs. It's easy to say on, and this is also like completely ridiculous when I say it's easier to say that to like comic book artists because you're doing one page at a time.
Hey, you know what? No. If we can be here for you guys 1 hour every other day, smoking a cigar with you guys, talking to you guys, they can spend 20 hours rendering a city. I don't want to hear any more whining.
20 hours a day?
Yes. I don't want to hear any more whining. What's harder? Having to smoke this and try to keep you guys entertained, or clippity clap? Oh, drafting, city, boom.
So not clickety clack at all.
Oh no, my tree leaves weren't the right color. Let me adjust it.
I don't even care. I can't get his hair to go the right way. What was that? It was a Kumail, I think, Nanjiani joke. Like, they did all this rendering for this video game,
Call of Duty,
and they didn't get the right language of the country they were in.
It was Call of Duty. They're like, oh yeah, they're speaking.
They speak Urdu.
They speak Urdu, but they were talking in Arabic.
All the signs were in Arabic.
Yeah,
like they didn't just Google that, change that up.
The detail of the game was so great. You could see the individual strands from his beard and the small drips of sweat. But I can't get his hair to go the right way.
So I don't care about the language. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Okay, so moving on to Sunday. Sunday,
taking it back,
was a sad day. It was the season finale of House of Dragon. We have to wait 2 friggin' years for the next season, and they left this one on such a big friggin' cliffhanger. It was unbelievable. I hope you guys have watched it because we're gonna spoil this shit right now. When they got to Storm's End, right? That's where the Baratheons are from. And he lands his dragon, and as he's walking, you see the lightning hit, and you see the kind of that shadowy outline of
bitch.
Was it Aemond?
Aemond's dragon, yeah.
Aemond's dragon, which is the biggest dragon in the series.
The only dragon bigger than it is the biggest in the series. The only one bigger than that, I think, is the one that rode in first on the Aegon's Conquest back in the day. This is it's literally almost twice the size of the one from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's Dragon. You see it, and you knew some shit was gonna go down.
This is not good.
I was surprised that the Baratheons stood up for him and said, "Hey, you're not gonna fight here. Take him to his dragon. I'm gonna get home."
No, he's a messenger.
Yeah, like don't shoot the messenger kind of a thing. And then as he's flying, and you see the friggin' shadow of how big that dragon is compared to his, you're like, something bad's gonna happen.
No,
And
no.
and then when the boy's dragon comes out of left field and just torches the other dragon, you're like, oh
Shouldn't
shit!
have done that.
And you see them both struggling to control their dragons because you could tell the uncle didn't want to kill his nephew.
No, they were two young kids because they're still like what 17 tops.
Yeah,
and then the other one's like 14.
yeah.
They're just family feud, and they thought they could feud with dragons. It's like if you have a cousin
Shit.
and you thought, hey, it'd be funny if I shoot at your feet, and it's like,
Or
no,
if you drop ash all over the fucking soundboard.
don't tap it like that. You're gonna okay, there you go. Anyway, Frankie's getting into is actually a scene right out of the book though. Which I really love how close they're actually staying to the material. All of a sudden, there's two dragons, and then something happened, and there's not two dragons anymore.
Right. The way that they had that happen was super intense. I mean, he's in the cloud. He's out of the cloud, just looking to make sure he's safe to get home.
Dumb move.
And yeah, I would never have stopped. If the only place I would have stopped would have been inside of that cavern where the other one couldn't get in.
Oh yeah.
And he comes out of nowhere and just Pac-Man's the shit out of his dragon. And then there was no more young man.
Yeah, there was one of the strong Targaryen offsprings, and then there was one less.
Right.
Of the strong Targaryen offsprings.
And then as Daemon breaks the news to Rhaenyra, she turns around, looks at the camera, and you know some shit's gonna go down.
They're ready for war.
And then cut. I mean, obviously, Storm's End is gonna go with the new king.
The Greens. It's the Greens versus Blacks. The Civil War is what it's called. Yeah.
You just don't know who the Starks are gonna go with yet.
I know.
Well, I mean, if you read the books and stuff,
I know all that.
Spoil it. You don't know who all of the Lannisters are gonna go for the Greens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy how the sides are starting to form up and how this is gonna go.
The fun. I don't want to be any spoilers, but there is one event coming. I think it's called blood and cheese or rats and cheese.
Bloody cheese rats?
No. But it basically it's their version of the Red Wedding, just with characters you don't care about as much. So I was like, because in the book they have more background to everybody, but in this one, like, I didn't really care the kid died.
Oh, I do, because it's going to start some shit.
I knew that, but I was like, there's so many characters that have got thrown into this so quickly in just one season. Because at least for Game of Thrones, the original, the first series, they kind of built everyone up a little bit more. These ones are like, faces are interchangeable, the names are interchangeable. It's really making it hard to follow.
Yeah.
Oh man. They're going to start off season 2, I think, with something real diabolical, and they get some good payback though. So I will say that. Blood and Cheese could be the next cigar. That actually would be an awesome name, or at least two at the same time. Will be one blood, one cheese. I would 100% do that.
That these are nice.
Do we say
red Colorado wrapper?
Oh, and then a cheese cigar made of cheese. It's a cheese stick, basically. Did we ever say what we originally wanted the first run of Pariah to be?
Yeah.
Did we mention on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to call it the Hand of the King. It was going to be 3 cigar blend. It was going to be the bronze, silver, and gold hand. Yeah. And it was going to be a Maduro, a Habano, and probably a natural Connecticut. But we went with the Pariah Noir and Rush because we knew we were going to get full runs at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I would love to keep that going.
Oh, absolutely.
Fastball special should be Frankie's cigar. Actually, it should be the Cheating Rodriguez should be Frankie's cigar.
So anyways, absolutely love the series. I think it is fantastic.
It's really well done, yeah.
I would watch it over again just to see if there's anything that I might have missed, little nuances, like I do with Game of Thrones. But I'm really bummed we have to wait 2 friggin' years for the next season. Yeah,
I believe they said that filming for the next one's not starting until this
summer of 2023. Yeah.
So you're definitely looking at,
summer of 2024.
Earliest spring,
or
maybe.
Fall.
Would love it if it was spring, but I think you're right. I think it's going to be fall or something. Ugh.
But that's all right. So that takes us, actually, really quick, Mike, how's your cigar going?
I'm getting a little bit of tar buildup, and I usually have like a napkin or something so I can tap. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit of tar buildup right there.
Really?
that. You could see it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna do what I can about that. Not a big deal, but it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't care for that to happen to me. That's the time when I will put down a cigar. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, it's tasting good though. So
Yeah, I'm getting some really good tobacco flavors in here. I'm getting kind of like a light toffee flavor, not coffee, toffee.
coffee
Um,
with a tea.
and some cedar.
Okay, I can agree with that. Yeah. Again, it's smoking very well. The burn line's good. I think it might have been my own fault. That maybe I didn't cut enough,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not having enough room to escape
Yeah.
for the smoke to escape through. That could be it.
Okay.
Could
Okay.
be it.
Burn line is relatively straight. For me, the ash is falling off in nice big chunks, even if it's falling on me. As well as the smoke output is decent. Not as much as I would like to see, but it's a decent amount of smoke output, and the draw is all right as well. Again, thank you to Artista Cigars for being the show sponsor, as well as the Heritage Cigar Festival on December 4th. You guys are not going to want to miss that.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna want to miss this right here.
If you guys can go, we can get you guys tickets.
Yeah, and here's a reason to go right here.
Team Estrella invites you to experience the Cigar Heritage Festival, Sunday, December 4th in Ybor City. From 12 to 5, enjoy live Latin music, try cigars from all around the world, and check out over 50 vendors. Join us at the Cigar Heritage Festival. Learn more at mor-tv.com.
That end is so abrupt. Gosh dang
Mhm.
it. But definitely would love to see you all there. We can get as many of us together. That'd be amazing.
Yep.
First time we're doing a cigar event on the East Coast. First time I've been to Florida. First time I'm going to try to breathe fire on stage. That's not going to happen. But the other stuff's all true. There's going to be great deals, great manufacturers,
Mhm,
great food, great other accessory dealers and whatnot. So you're looking at a very packed Sunday, and I'm very excited for it.
Yep.
Not only that, I believe there's a charity event happening on the Friday before. There's going to be parties at the local lounges.
Oh, there'll be parties all over the
Yeah.
place that weekend.
It's going to be really good.
Yep.
Richard, if not this year, don't worry. There's next year. I don't want to give anything away. They might be expanding. Hopefully, maybe do another day or something like that,
Mhm.
or a virtual event. I think something like that's gonna come down the pike.
Yep.
But either way, the other comment, House of the Iguana, House of the Gecko, I would do a series House of the Komodo Dragons. Keep in line with the dragons, and if you ever see those things fight,
Dude,
just
Komodo
look up a
dragons
video.
are intense, man.
I didn't realize how big they were.
One of my favorite videos is like watching it eat a gazelle, and I didn't realize that the gazelle was pregnant, and it pulls the baby out of said gazelle and is eating at the cavity while it's still alive until it gets to the heart and lungs. In which case, after that, it dies. It was intense. It was freaking awesome.
I did not need to know that, but if you see them fight each other, and then people will stand around and watch, which I would not be doing. I would be at least
Well,
a mile away.
It's like, hey, why don't you get the zookeeper?
What's the zookeeper gonna do? These things are basically dinosaurs with poison mouths because they don't. I guess
They don't brush their teeth, man.
the food rots in their teeth, and it just becomes a poisonous bite. Even like you will not be infected. You will get an infection
Mm-hmm.
from a bite. So even if you somehow survive, you are still gonna have a very bad day.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see those things, and it's real. It's not this dragons flying in the sky stuff. They're on the land, and they will hunt you down. So be careful. Be careful.
Imagine if they did fly though. Ooh.
I don't want them. I don't want that. They don't
Okay, guys. Last topic for the end of the show. Is it the barbarian or just barbarian?
Barbarian.
We watched this last night. We came to the lounge. We were just watching, I think, YouTube or something, and then we grabbed a couple cigars and Miguel throws this movie on. I will admit I forgot what it was about at first. I was like, "Hey, is this one with Justin Long in it?" He's like, "Yeah, I think so." I was like, "Okay." I remember little bits from the trailer. It was nothing like I thought it was going to be.
Not at all.
And I'm not a big Justin Long fan at all. There's a couple of movies that I liked him in. Like Accepted, and Going the Distance.
Zach and Mary McPorno.
I liked his character in it, but he wasn't the main character. So I should say I don't like him as a main lead character.
He stole the entire movie.
No, he did. He did. But I don't like him as a lead character as much. But in this movie, I thought he did a great job at being the character he was. And I don't want to give it away what he was.
You didn't watch Tusk though. You got to watch that.
I did not watch it.
You got to watch that. He does a great job in Tusk. That one is not a spoiler at all. It's on the cover. He does a great job making walrus. He's an excellent walrus made of human flesh, which is super terrifying and disgusting looking. Makes no friggin' sense why this guy wants to make human walruses.
They're badass.
I guess so. But yeah, from the trailers, I didn't really like. Okay, so it's another abduction movie with Justin Long. Someone's keeping people in basements or something. And then left field, nope, completely wrong, Miguel. And I only called one little thing in the movie, and that was one character being a good guy versus a bad guy.
Right.
And that's the only thing I got right. Because everything else I was completely wrong about almost the entire time, which was a great feeling to not know what's going to happen next. That makes a good, like, tense movie. It wasn't scary,
No.
but it was really fun. It was really well told. And the way the storytelling went wasn't as linear as a lot of these other ones are nowadays. They jumped around different decades and really fleshed out a good story. So it wasn't quite Tarantino where, like, oh, this guy dies and he's alive the next second. It's just it doesn't tell it in that just point A to point Z, and then the other letters in the middle.
And they gave you just enough backstory on who the bad guy was without telling you everything.
Yeah.
So that way you could still kind of put together your own picture of why they became the way they were.
Yes.
Which I thought was perfect. It was well shot. It was well paced. And it makes me never want to go to Detroit.
Yeah, and there was reasons before that, but this is even worse. It makes me never want to book an Airbnb and to maybe listen to that homeless guy more often.
Yeah.
If they tell you don't do something. Because that was I definitely saw something like that coming as soon as that scene happened.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Get a chance, watch Barbarian. Really good.
It's on
HBO Max right now. Thank you to Richard for reminding me, because I saw it on there before. I think he pointed it out either Tuesday morning or Thursday with Girls Going Gin. And I was like, okay, I've got to remember to go watch that. And I still have to go watch Terrifier 2 in the theaters.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of movies to watch. A lot of horror to be happening.
But all in all, it was a solid 7.5 for me, which for me is a good score.
I give it 8.5.
Really? That high, huh?
8 to 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah. It didn't really lack anything for me. Like I got everything I wanted out of it. It just rest in peace certain character that I was like, man, this guy didn't do anything wrong. This is the worst. It's the worst that could have happened.
That's crazy. You have it that high.
Yeah. It's an excellent movie. But it was really well done. Terrifier 2 will be on Screenbox on Halloween. Now I'm gonna watch it in theaters.
Yeah.
That one I hope to not have to just stream. I want to go see it on the big screen and be terrified. Hopefully throw up and pass out.
Terrified of the Terrifier?
Yeah. I really enjoyed the first one.
Oh yeah.
I really want to see it. The big old bowl of popcorn, a big old soda that costs like more than gasoline costs nowadays, and just sit there along with everybody else. And hopefully, even if it's me, I want to see someone throw up in the theater. I want to see someone get that scared. But other than that, we're coming up to the time, guys. Again, real quick reminder: California Dreamin' Volume 2. We're gonna get the word what day it will be in our hands, either later today or tomorrow. So it looks like hopefully by Monday it will be here, so we can have them on screen showing you, taking pictures of it, smoking it with you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited. Yes.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Just in time for hopefully on Halloween. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. All right, guys, that's the deal for us. We will see you guys Friday for the giveaway show. Don't forget, half hour before that, we're going to do a little Instagram video live so that you guys can win a prize there.
Yeah.
We have the birthday contest. We have the best Ash contest. We have the questions. We have the wheel prizes for you Patreon and Facebook supporters.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to want to miss out on another great giveaway, you guys. On that, you guys have a good rest of your day, and we will see you then.
Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the morning. I will be on at 8 a.m. for Great American Morning. Melanie should be joining me for that one, so if you guys want to watch, please do so. And we will talk more cigars and ridiculousness then.
And I will be asleep.
Frankie will probably be asleep. Have a good one, people.
See you guys.